Hello to my Leos. All right, Leos. This video is for the 3rd of July. Maybe watching it on the 2nd of July. For the 3rd of July through it's going to push us right into the full moon. Okay, so getting you ready for the full moon. Love is in the air. Let's get right into it. Well, relationships, that is. So you want to make sure you close out cycles. So relationships could be friendships. When I say love, it's not just romantic love, love in all forms. Self-love, agape love overall, platonic love, just the different forms of love. So know your love language, all right? Every decision I make, I consider my inner child. Every decision I make, I consider my inner child. Everybody has an inner child. But the moon is in Libra. Moon is in Libra, right? So when the moon is in Libra, it affects your kidneys, your urinary bladder, your veins, your skin. And so pay attention to those parts of your body. Pay attention to the parts of your body. If you feel like, and I'm not even saying this when I'm not even kidding when I say this. If even being close to certain energies makes your skin crawl or makes your skin tingle in like a good way or bad way, if it's like to an extreme, pay attention to your body one way or the other. You know, if you feel good being around people or thinking about certain people, pay attention to that. Your body is very telling. Your spirit is trying to tell you something from the inside, right? Right? Source is trying to tell you something from the inside, right? But you want to make sure you've closed out other cycles in love, in the physical and in the spiritual realm, cord cutting ceremonies, as well as, cleared up any drama. You have to stay connected to certain people, get things cleared up, make things crystal clear. Let's start out with the first card. Yeah. Death, rebirth. Yeah. If you're on the rebirth side, if you're out here ready to make new friends, ready to look for a new job, ready for something new, if you're on the rebirth side, make sure something is dead as a doorknob. I mean, meaning that you've done the work, the energy work, the physical and the energy work. You've closed out cycles in love. You close out cycles in love. You're not still grieving and mourning something. You're not trying to spill over. That's not trying to spill over to this next phase moving forward, right? Somebody's having a tower moment. Somebody's having a total recall of how it feels when people have obsessed over you and try to bring you into some kind of loop of something, right? Or maybe how you obsessed over some things. It just kind of, it's a time split. You're not fully present in something. So you're having a total recall of something, so you're grateful that something is behind you. You're kind of sort of like a me, myself, and I kind of thing, that something is behind you. Somebody is down to earth and quite relatable, but your psychic gifts told you that already. So somebody can definitely relate to people being obsessed in just like phasing energies out, but something is behind you. And you feel fulfilled. You feel fulfilled. The number 21 may be of significance. 2 and 1 is 3. 3 is some kind of inspired action. Somebody is inspiring to get back into increasing their prayer life, which is really not it's surprising because we're going to have 3 planets that are retrograde. So on July 4th, Neptune goes retrograde in Aries. On July 18th, Mercury goes retrograde in Leo. So I put all this retrograde information over on my TikTok page and then also on my YouTube shorts for those of you all who, want to go check that out, check that information out. So yes. So somebody is having a double tower moment. Somebody's having a silent tower moment and someone is having a tower moment, but it's a total recall of some things. And somebody's just grateful that some things are behind them. Just grateful that some things are behind them, right? Here we have the 6 of Wands here. I'm seeing you're back on stage, back in the saddle again. This is you back in the saddle again, feeling good about life. You know, somebody has some supporters out there. So you had this person that's like on stage. You may not be on a physical stage, like you may not be a celebrity, but you may be like back in the saddle again, like back in full Leo mode, right? Where people are really clapping and cheering you on. Right here. See these people right here, if you can see down here. Yeah, absolutely. You're feeling like your abundance and your prosperity is growing. You had a feeling about something, possibly in your back. This is what I'm talking about. Your body was feeling something. It's like I had a feeling about something. Not really, something was growing in my stomach. This is like whether you're a man or woman, it doesn't really matter. You could have been like emotionally eating and couldn't figure out why. You could feel like somebody was holding in some secrets. You weren't really sure what the heck was going on. Somebody wasn't telling you something as to why they were obsessed with something. Why there was some kind of an obsession. Like why somebody wanted to be followed around the world, or like what was going on, right? Again, because somebody wanted somebody up out of here for a reason. And so somebody had a conversation or talk with somebody who was down to earth and relatable. And you may have heard something. And so something is closed out. Something is closed out. I do see you in a very harmonious relationship with someone, possibly new on the rebirth side. It is very harmonious. Y'all have a lot in common. Lots to talk about. Lots to talk about. You all are. It looks like you and someone are parents, or even if you don't have kids, like you could be a mentor, right? You could be a bonus parent, be grandparent, like you know what I'm saying, bonus parent, bonus grandparent, that kind of thing. Uh, you could be a mentor to a lot of people, like all around the world. See this world right here? So you could have some kind of presence. Somebody could be used to speaking to people on stage. That could be something, like you could be used to being in the spotlight. It doesn't necessarily, so when you're operating in North Node, you don't have to be a person who is outgoing. You could be a person who is very reserved. But when it's time for you to operate for source, like whatever you're called to do, that could bring out that spirit, right? You could bring out that spirit. But I feel like you and somebody will be in a very harmonious relationship. Um, Somebody could be having a baby. Somebody could be having kids. And someone, this is nice. Or you could already have kids. So here we have Queen of Cups here. I do see somebody is very compassionate. I do see somebody living a much softer life now, like meaning really pouring into yourself to kind of calm the anxiety down. And I'm talking to men and women, Leos. So this is a really good relationship. It's like a storm is over now. And I do feel like it's like someone had to die to self, like die to ego, detach yourself from egotistical energies in order to just really be, whether that was your manager at work or friends or whomever was talking all of this, you got to do all of this, whatever. Somebody had to really balance it out. Somebody had to really learn how to balance it out. So, yeah. So here we have the Page of Swords here. And so somebody's ready to be an open book. Somebody's ready to just be an open book, more structured, more organized. Because again, when you're allowed to be in full Leo mode, you don't have a problem being an open book, being honest. You like when you, especially, you're not trying to be perfect. Just trying to operate in your North Node. So yeah, karma is swinging back around and it's hitting someone who was somehow attached to a Taurus, a Libra. You're somehow attached to a Taurus and a Libra. And they would be low vibrational, of course. If it's high vibrational, and y'all know it's yeah, it would have to be low vibrational. It could be in an organization or something, right? Yeah, in some kind of a part of some kind of an organization. But something is swinging back around, hitting some energies. And so a low vibrational Taurus would be someone who is stubborn, possessive, resistant to change. Low vibrating Libra would be indecisive, people pleasing, and avoidant, right? So yeah, there was a lot of talk about some people behind their backs, but all of that is over now. Yeah, all of that is over now. So anyway, but I do see you on the rebirth side and getting structured, getting more organized, and about to take a leap of faith. Okay. Somebody's definitely not going back, but somebody's about to take a leap of faith. Okay. Well, then jump if you're feeling froggy, then do it. looking at looking at the cards. Somebody's about to take a leap of faith here. Looking at the card, this is nice, right? Somebody's back in the saddle again. They're about to take a leap of faith. Okay, somebody has a lot of ideas. Whatever anxiety you may have had about something, it's about to come to an end. Somebody was feeling a little nervous. Okay, but yeah, something about you, something feels very much like home for you. Like something, I'm seeing a celebration for you. Um, Possibly either you're attending a wedding or you're attending some kind of celebration. But something feels very much like I'm hearing like a party. But something is going to feel very celebratory to you. So that's what I'm seeing. Yeah, here's the King of Wands here. Yeah, somebody knows that source has their back. This right here. Yeah, you're not worried about who is lurking in the background, like waiting to take a leap. Uh, like you're not waiting. You're not worried about someone else lurking in the background, getting ready to kind of sort of, like another Leo behind you. I mean, like another lion behind a lion in a jungle that's like trying to go for a top spot, right? Just sitting there like a predator in the jungle, waiting to just leap on another Leo. Like somebody's not, you're not worried about that. You're a prayer warrior. Yep, you're a prayer warrior. So, hmm yeah, but something is closed out. Something is closed back. Something is closed out, and you don't have to go back. You don't have to go back to something. Yeah. So, like High Priestess energy. Somebody's gone through a dark night of the soul, and so now you're enlightened about something. So, there you go. Voila. Alrighty. Let's close it out. Let's close it out. But yeah, somebody could have new and exuberant love in their lives, and it's going to feel very much like home for you because your person is not a jealous energy. They have had some spotlight themselves. Again, keep in mind when people are operating in North Node, they don't necessarily have to be a person who likes to hog the spotlight. Like some people are not really, um, some people are really reserved, but when they have to operate in purpose, they're really a cheerful giver to source. They're just like, okay, they're doing it for source. So they become whatever source tells them. It's like, hey, I need you to say this, right? So yeah. Somebody that you were dealing with in the past, who you were in a relationship with in the past, like you were I guess in a romantic relationship with somebody in the past, has a lying spirit. And so usually with that, it's rooted in some kind of fear. They were trying to keep you boxed in some way, shape, form, or fashion. But child, try to box in the sun. Good luck with that. But anyway, your peace is paramount. Nobody had time for that. So you made a positive impact on them. You have a whole new attitude. Now imagine trying to box the sun in. So anyway, you are closing out a cycle in love. It's time just to release the burden, child. Who has time for that? Anyway, it's not as deep as you think, but something was just rooted in fear. Love up on yourself more. Yeah, in other words, soft life loading. Talking to men and women, Leos, soft life is loading. All right, let's see what else we got going on here. Okay, enough of that. Let's see what's going on. So whoever you're closing out a cycle with, it feels like it's a whole lot more to a story. But like I said, move on. Move on in love. Whoever you are, move on in love. You back in the saddle again. You got big things to do. Root chakra. That's right. Pull something up at the root. Let's start at the beginning. To cultivate a root friendly sense of abundance, remember that abundance is its source. It is, in fact, abundant. So today, try spotting stuff to remind your root that abundance is the happy tendency of the universe. So look for something that makes your life sort of better than average, excites you, or at least did at one time, gives you a little challenge, keeps you warm, keeps your stress in check, was given to you just because you could live without, you could live without, but would rather not. So we're talking about root chakra. Mm-hmm. Let's see. What else? What else? And what else? Yeah, but you're leaving something behind. You are never going back to a bunch of chaos and confusion. So 20. So Queen of I am enough. 20, the number 20 could be of significance to you. In other words, 2 symbolizes peace and 0 adds value to whatever number behind it. So you're going towards whatever adds value to your peace, like what adds to your peace, not what takes away from your peace. That's what this is. Knowing that you are enough. Anything, anything that adds value, adds to your peace, that's where you're going. People who can sit themselves down somewhere and cheer you on just like you would cheer them on. Not somebody who sees you as competition. It's your time to be up on stage and it's them, all this clamoring like a wild deer in an audience. Just acting out. It's too much. Ooh, anyway. So let's go ahead and close this out. But anyway, congratulations to somebody who is having a double tower moment here. Whatever anxiety you may have been having is coming to an end, Leos. It is coming to an end. This is a general reading, so take only what resonates with you. But you are on the rebirth side, back in the saddle again. That's right. Don't turn down. 3, I am charismatic. So expression comes naturally to you. You are very skilled at communicating your thoughts through conversation and creative pursuits. You're able to get others on board with your ideas. Yeah. So, yeah. So, somebody is definitely a prayer warrior, and you know that God has your back. So, you're not waiting for somebody else to have your back. You know that God has your back. So, yeah. If somebody was acting like they were just waiting to pounce on something, and so, no, you're too regal for that. You're somebody wanted you waiting in the wings, you know. I get a feeling that somebody could have been in a relationship with somebody, whoever this is. It could have been a friend of yours that really just saw you as competition. Really, I mean, it's like a quiet competition, almost like a. They saw you as a hidden enemy, like want you to just be there and just be the Be like the one that's always like cheering them on, but don't shine too much. That is literally next time, Leo, somebody. I really need y'all to get a visual of this, and I don't care whether you're a man or woman. Doesn't matter who you are. If it's not by coincidence that you were born on the day that you were born. It's not even by coincidence. You have a very specific purpose, just overall as a Leo, to teach people how to let their inner child come out and play, right? In a very high vibrational way. Of course, we know there's low vibrational Leos, but my collective community, y'all not that. The anybody who is just basically trying to tell you to tone it down some, they have to go. That's I mean, they just have to go. Period. You have to express yourself. They just that's not normal. You gotta go. Gots to go. Gots to go. Gotta go. Gotta go. Somebody who's obsessed with, telling you that you need to sit down and you need to pull that thing up at the root, because something about it is there. Something is rooted in fear, and maybe they don't know how to pour into themselves, and maybe they're trying to tell you something without telling you. And so that's where, again, sometimes you can just pray for people. Just pray for people and just, God, give me the clarity. You want to get the clearest answer really from source. But remember who you are. I couldn't have said it better. So you carry stardust in your bones, your ancestors' wisdom in your blood, and the whole universe in your soul. So know yourself and nothing will bring you down. I mean, for real, that's it and that's all. You are complete. You are not broken. Nothing is wrong with you. Don't spend your life fixing problems. Dwell in the beauty of your being. You are enough now and always. Okay, what else? What else, source? A deeper world. Don't push or force your way through life. Finding balance, even in the dark times, will open your heart in the depth of compassion in everyday moments. That's what I'm talking about. Everybody's prayer life is about to increase. You praying for you, everybody that's connected to you, keeping it high vibrational, all of those things, keeping it high vibrational. But turning down is not what you're doing. It's just not. I mean, of course, looking at the cards here, this is a lot. Yeah, source needs you to love up on yourself more, and you just have a whole new attitude. Like you made a, and just I'm telling y'all, when you operate in full Leo mode, you make positive impacts on people. You did your part. You gotta know when to close out cycles. Do your part and close out cycles. Move on. Do your part and just close out cycles and move on. But yeah, that is rooted in fear. Something is rooted in fear. So yeah, what is this? Renewal. Yeah, somebody could be a dancer. Somebody's getting back to dancing, possibly. See these two people dancing? Somebody could be getting back to dancing. That could inspire somebody. So, but that's what I have for you. But no, you're not turning down anymore. Yeah, somebody. But also, there's the other part too, is that people also have to feel safe too. Like feel like it's a safe space to share. It can't be too much forcing, digging, and prying into things. But, um, but yeah, that's how you're creating a softer life. Somebody's learning how to just kind of not connect with people who talk about people behind their backs, not assume things, jump to conclusions, sitting around a think tank or a table of people trying to dig and pry and that kind of thing. Something has to feel like a safe space for people to want to open up. But I do see your prayer life increasing. So what's going retrograde? Pluto goes retrograde on May. It went May 4th in Aquarius, and it'll be retrograde until October 14th. That's what's causing such an emotional roller coaster for everybody. Pluto, that's the outermost planet. That's where everybody is breaking some kind of generational cycle, chain, and curse. And this is a generational cycle, chain, and curse that you're breaking. You are detaching from people who like to huddle around and talk about people behind their back. You're just detaching from that altogether. Just for clarity from people, you're gaining your clarity from source. So source is saying you get a feeling that somebody is not telling you a full truth about something. You're like, okay, and especially if it's somebody you're connected to or somebody you sit around, you talk to, it's like, okay, something is, maybe somebody need my help. Maybe somebody needs my help. So maybe they need my help with something. So let me pray about something. Like let me pray, ask God for clarity. Let me ask God for help. Like let me ask God for clarity. Um, Neptune goes retrograde July 4th through December 10th. Chiron goes retrograde July 30th through January 2nd. And then, of course, that'll be in Aries. Chiron goes retrograde in Aries. Neptune goes retrograde on July 4th in Aries. Pluto retrograde in Aquarius. It's already retrograde. And then Saturn goes retrograde. This is Saturn right here. Goes retrograde July 13th in Aries. So that's 3 planets that goes retrograde in Aries. And Aries is ruled by the Tower card. So that's Tower moment after Tower moment after Tower moment. So imagine feeling like not only are you going through an emotional roller coaster, and this is the whole planet going through the entire emotional roller coaster, but everybody is in prayer mode while everybody is breaking some kind of generational cycle chain and curses. This is people doing everything from they the first people hosting dinners at their house, first ones going to college, first ones to have kids, first to have grandkids. These are generational cycle chains and curse breakers. It's not always the first millionaire in the family. Y'all get the whole point. It's not always the first. It's the first one who is speaking up about certain things. Maybe somebody decides, hey, they don't want to, use a recipe that's been passed down from generation to generation because something doesn't taste right. Maybe they want to switch up something and everybody's oohing and ahhing and clutching pearls at the table, whatever. But source is saying, maybe somebody deciding, hey, you know, somebody got excommunicated from a church and now they want to join something different. Maybe in a family of doctors and attorneys, somebody is finally breaking out and being a musician in the family. Maybe somebody's finally deciding, hey, they want to be something artistic, in the family. So it's a lot of generational cycle change and curses being broken and a lot of judgment going around in families. A lot of people are judging people, thinking that this is supposed to be the only person. You got only one person supposed to be on the stage in the family. That's why everybody needs support. That's why because everybody has a calling in life. And that's why sources like shifting everything around, making sure everybody has the support. Y'all can't turn down. Y'all are inspiring way too many people, Leo. So even in your own family, if you got your own family members who are basically telling you, you need to calm down, you need to slow down, you need to tone it down. No, you inspire them. Trust and believe you have inspired some of your own family members that have been hating on you, some of your friends that have been hating on you. You inspired them too. But this will be where you've been on the rebirth side and you're going to have to just leave them behind. You're going to have to leave some people behind, them and their kids. So it was nice knowing y'all, but I'm going to have to wrap this thing up because you're trying to tell me to tone it down a little bit. I'm not. I'm not a Leo. I'm not. That's not. God created me to be a Leo for a reason. I'm supposed to turn up. I'm supposed to shine a light, shine light on things in a positive way, to create harmony and peace and love. Not talking about people behind their back. I'm just grateful. Like somebody's just in such a posture of gratitude and such peace and harmony that something is over. Like somebody, like I said, somebody's just in good spirits. But anyway, that's what I have for you all, Leos. Like I said, continue shining bright. Talk to my high vibrational Leos. That's what I have for you. I'll see you all in the next video. This is a general reading, so take only what resonates with you. If you're interested in a personal reading, you can go to my website, queenamunra.com. And that is what I have for you. Bye.